out of my mind. When home, I miss your love. When you left, baby, you did. Oh, baby, come here, let me caress you. Oh, baby, let us all tell me what you miss. Come here, sugar, and get through this. Oh, baby, I want you here. I want to do something tricky to you. I want to get what I felt alone, all baby, and get through this. Oh, remember, baby, come baby, just like me. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to start doing the thing. Trying to know your mind. You're so fine, so sweet. Oh, candy sweet. Oh, I'm ready. Come here, get through this. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Sweet life, sweet love. Hey, back. Ooh, baby, get back. Oh, nothing's changed. You're still sweet as morning rain. And I'm standing ready to love you, baby. Make it good to you. Ooh, I need your love. Don't make me wait. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so impatient for your love. Come just baby. Get to this. Girl, I know it's been gone. Girl, you've been my mind, baby. Girl, you've been gone so long, What's up, everybody? This is Rebel. I want to talk to you about the masculine and feminine energy, because us as women, we've been taught that masculine energy is more powerful than feminine energy, but we have masculine and feminine energy in us. This is why a lot of people tell us, black women is very masculine, but that's a part of us. That's a part of us, because if you understand history, every continent, and America is a continent. They can say what they want. Each like Alabama, that's a whole country. That's why if you this is why they put us in one sector. They put us in Chicago, and they know most melanated people, once they in Chicago, they gonna stay there for the rest of their life. You have never experienced different. You have never experienced. A lot of us have never experienced different states. If you go to Arizona, it's a different energy. You go to California, it's a different energy. You go to New Jersey, it's a different energy. You go to New York, it's a different energy. And all of them is diverse from each other. So, we have not been anywhere. A lot of us. Now we're just starting to get out and do things, but it was a time where we stayed right there all our life. Wherever we was at, we stayed right there and we never moved. Now we're moving around. So, we don't, it's like a lot of stuff we don't understand, because now we're coming into ourselves. So when you talk about the divine energy, when you talk about the feminine divine energy, they put us on the back burner, the females. See, it wasn't never the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. It was the Mother, Father, and Son. That's really what it was. But they changed it and made it the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And it was never like that. So I'm going to come to you through the Bible, but also because everything in the Bible is allegory, and we always have to remember that. We have to remember everything in the Bible is nothing but allegory. But they have told us that these stories is true. They're not true. They're allegory. I'm not saying in the spiritual realm, yes, they are true. But And that's why the stories contradict themselves, because we don't understand them. And the pastor have been trained, because they Masonic and other sororities, they have been trained, that these 501c3 pastors have been trained to tell you a certain way of how to look at the Bible and take it for what it is. And we have done that. Now, I'm going to say this too, when it comes to us being indigenous. We're indigenous to America, meaning indigenous meaning that we were already here. Okay? So, you know, a lot of people 5 years ago, we've been talking about us being Indians, us being indigenous. Indians and indigenous is two different things. That's just the tribe you come from. So you got to learn the tribe that you come from. Like on my mother's side, we're Choctaw. You got to understand the tribe you come from and stop calling yourself an Indian, because you're not an Indian. You got to learn your tribe, where you come from. On my father's side, we had Cherokee blood, Cherokee and Choctaw blood. So these are the things that you have to understand to allow yourself to grow. But now it's spiritual, because they got these boule, these Masonic. And I say this because they all is in a group. And what they're telling us that they got our back. So you see them with AKs and, you know, switches. You see them with all kind of these beautiful looking guns. If you want to say they're beautiful, I'm just saying, you know, these powered guns. You see women with these powered guns. Those are sorority type people. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to bust a grape. They'll kill you, but that's it. They're not here to protect us. And see, we're operating on a low vibration. Anytime you don't understand that it's deeper than carrying a gun, you gotta open up your crown chakra. And I say that because that's the only thing that's gonna save you at this point. Is opening up your crown chakra. The crown chakra is life. It's life. It's basically life. It's a part of your life. And this is something what you all of us have always knew that it was something missing. But we just didn't know what it was. But we have always knew that it was something missing. We just couldn't understand what it was. Now we get it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to come with, let's form a group. Let me explain something. Let me tell you about what an ego do, because you should be like an ego. See, an ego is confident. He's the highest food chain. The ego is confident. The reason why it's confident, because it can go to a high altitude that nobody else can go to but that ego. So the only bird that will mess with an ego is a crow. A turkey can't do it, because a turkey got wings, but it can't fly. That's why when they call you somebody a turkey, they calling you a coward. So when you see an ego, what happens is the crow would get on top of the ego head and start pecking on the ego head, trying to get him imbalanced so he could fall and hurt himself. But the ego got to stay focused. The ego you never seen the pack of egos, because the ego is he don't have to explain who he is. He and she know who they are. And that's when you get out the brotherhood and the sisterhood, because you walk as an individual just like that ego. And I want to do this video for women, because the woman don't understand she's not beneath a man. You're not beneath a man. Y'all like the yin and the yang. And this is nothing against the men, because there's a lot of women come on here. My best friend is a male. So as far as me, I have no problem with men. I bored a male came through my womb. So I can never have nothing against a male. You can't see, anybody can say men don't belong here, but a man came right through your vagina. Then you want to say it's a mutate. It's not real. And they were supposed to be a woman. No, that's not true. That's not true. Here's the problem right here with a lot of women. A lot of women, they like these men that put on the act. They put on the act. And what they do is these men are NPCs. And what happens is they disrespect women. And they don't care about women. And most of them hate women. But this is not for all men, because there's some good, beautiful men out here that love women. But these men make it bad for the men that really love women and want to be with a woman, because they go from woman to woman to woman to woman. And most of them, not only do they deal with women, they deal with men too, and they predators. This is who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all men in general. Because if you know scientifically, we didn't board all these men. But then we want to say that they don't belong here. I could never fix my mouth and say that, because one came through my womb. So I just want to encourage women that's really serious about this and want to grow, that when you see, let me just go from a Bible standpoint, so then you understand it. The 10 versions. One was five of them was wise, 5 of them was unwise. So what happened is when they heard the cry come out, the 5 wise ones had the oil already. They had their oil, enough oil to get to the groom. So the unwise, the 5 virgins that was unwise, didn't have enough oil. It was halfway full. So they asked the virgins, give me some, the 5 wise virgins, give me some of your oil, so we can make it where y'all going, where that cry came out, so we can make it too. So the 5 wise virgins said, no, we only have enough for ourselves. That's what's going on right now. We only have enough for ourselves. So what happened with the 5 unwise virgins, they had to go to the store, and by the time they came back, they had already met with the groom, and everything was closed up and they couldn't get in. See, the groom, we thought, and the groom, when I read it, before I got the knowledge that I have, I thought it was a male. No, the groom is not a male. The groom is you. You're finding you. When you don't know who you are, and you out here dealing with these men that they whole mind is set on devouring you, what happens is that they understand you're no match for them, because you don't know yourself. Because if you knew yourself, you wouldn't be that easy. You wouldn't be that easy if you knew yourself. If you knew yourself, then you would know that you deserve better. If you knew yourself, then you would go find her. And many times we don't go find her. That's dealing with all of the trauma. Knowing who you are, knowing what you want in life. You never figure that out, because by the age of 14 and 15, you already pregnant with a child. And if you're not pregnant with a child, you done got an abortion. Do you know 1 out of 4 women before they 18 have already been molested and been abused by a man? 91 out of 4 in the melanated community have already been abused by a man. 93% of the predators, the abuse in our community is males. And you can get, a lot of men going to get mad because you don't want these women to wake up and be the best they can be, even though you got girls and you got little girls, that's your daughter, but you want these women to be out here and let these men break them, because that's what it is. It's a break. It's bucking. You're breaking them, and you know that. And you don't want nobody to tell them the truth. Women, be careful who you lay down with. Be careful who you say, my soulmate. Because sometimes you can let somebody in your life and they will destroy your whole life. And they're going to come with the love bounty, because they know a lot of us is broken. So they come with the love bounty. You're beautiful. Fixing, running you bath water, massaging you until they got you where they want you at. Take money from another woman who they dealing with, come back to you and spend the money on you, because they know that they about to leave this woman. It's all a game to them. They know they about to leave this woman and come to you. So they taking money from her, coming to your house, and he done bought a little bit of groceries, and he got you. Because all you want is a piece of man. And they done told you if you by yourself, you not a woman. If you ain't with a man, you not a woman. If you ain't bearing no children, you not a woman. That's not true. If some women come to this planet and they will never have a kid. They will never have a kid. It won't happen. No matter who they be with, they would never have a child because it wasn't meant. And we wasn't brought here to just give babies out to these men. And then they reject your child. And I'm not talking about all men. So any man that get on here upset, you upset because I'm talking about you. Because you understand very well what I'm saying. In order for women to get their act together, the woman have to know who she is. You never get in the ring. And when you get in the ring, when you ready to fight somebody, and you professional, you got to practice. So when you get in that ring, you got to know the footwork. You got to know how to fight. You got to know how to maneuver. That's what you got to do. In your 20s, you should never have a child. I did it. And it was the hardest thing. I can show you videos of women crying, warning other women not to do it. Us as women, we have to train these young girls when they come out the womb, how valuable they are, who they are. And that man, whoever you lay down with, needs to be in that woman's life. Now you watch everybody, because these men, they love to sleep with their daughters too. Oh, kid, oh, rebel, you wrong. No, you know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying. But y'all want to come on here. See, this is what us, people that's awake, and this is what we're talking about. It's no accountability. You feel as though, you can get on here and, you can do what you want. And then when you hurt somebody, you don't have no accountability. You just drop it. And then, they'll get over it. No, that's not how life works. That's not how life works. That's why, and I say this and I'll continuously say this. When you see somebody and they live in a fucked up life, they did something. I don't care what nobody say. You did something now. You ain't there for nothing. You there for a reason. We got to start protecting ourselves as women. And don't come saying, oh, rebel, you hate men. My best friend is a male. And me and him talk about this all the time. My best friend, he ain't never even cheated on a woman. His woman cheated on him. This is not for, when people say, well, you need to talk about the women too. I have. But I got to talk about y'all too. Because don't say you don't see the videos popping up of all of these women getting murdered. All of these women getting beat down and ain't nobody doing nothing. Don't say you don't see it. Because we all see it. But nobody want to step up and say nothing about it. The 5 wise women and that parable have to do with is you, and the groom is finding you. It have nothing to do with a male. And they have trained us. This is why they put them baby dolls in our hand as little girls. Because they grooming us that's all we got to offer. And it's not. That's not all you got to offer. You got to find you before you even lay down with a man. You got to find who you are. Because if you don't, they're going to destroy you. And then what women do, this is why y'all try to get on. See, these melanated women out here, and they having, they got 6 baby daddies. And y'all laughing at that. And that's funny to y'all. But it's not really funny. Because it's something mental going on. Because they thinking, see, this is how they have groomed us. It's crazy. They have groomed us to believe that we got to show a man what's between our legs for him to be with us. And then he gonna judge how good your coochie is. He gonna judge whether he want to be with you or not. That's the dumbest thing ever. You ain't went to no library. You don't know if this nigga know how to read. You don't know what this nigga got. You should never have a child with nobody if you yourself as a woman don't know yourself and ain't financially stable to take care of that child. You should never ever let a man tell you to give me a baby. And yet he don't got nothing. And he living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And you doing the same thing. And then when he gets you pregnant, He ain't even there for the child. So this is what happens to the child. When the child is in the womb, the child is going through trauma. So with that trauma, what happens is the child is living, that child come out the womb with the trauma. Yet the other ethnic groups, the reason why they higher than us, because when they women get pregnant, regardless of what's going on in their head, they there for that woman. So that's why they have excelled us, because they're going to be there for that woman, because they don't want their child to come, because see, they understand psychology. But yet a black man got 5, 6 women pregnant at one time. These are these black NPCs. And all of these women is oblivious to the other women. And they think they got this man until they wind up at a doctor's appointment, and then both of the children got the same last name. And anybody that say that that's normal, that's not normal at all. Because a man should be a man. Shouldn't say, if a man sit up here and sleeping with 2, 3 women, I don't care what you say. No, that ain't right. And if he got to hide it, that means he lying. So you can't say that that's right. You can't say that right. A lot of you as Christians, what did Jesus say in the Bible? What did he say? I could turn rocks into human beings. So if that's what he said, then why are you sitting up here trying to just thinking that if we don't have a child, what happens is we gonna mess up the population? Well, look at the population. You're dying off. Your children having respiratory problems. They can't even breathe. They having heart attacks. Because the frequency is getting too high for you all. And some of you can only go to a certain level. No disrespect, I'm just telling the truth. This is why when you talk, this is why a lot of us, we quiet. Because we don't have nobody that can really talk to us and understand what we're saying. So what we do is we isolate ourselves because we know we're different. You can just sit back quiet and look at a person, listen to a person and what they say, and you know what level they on. Listen to what they say and you know what level they on. Now let's talk about Mary Magdalene, because I want to prove to you women that you're more than just carrying somebody's baby that don't want you. You're more than that. Mary Magdalene, the 13th apostle. No, she wasn't. She was a whore. No, she wasn't a whore. It was 3 Marys in the Bible. It was Mary of Bethany. That's Martha and Lazarus' sister. Okay. Then you got the weeping prostitute, who they said Mary Magdalene was, but that was not her. In the Bible, if you go to Luke, it don't say a name. It just say they saw a prostitute, and everybody was saying that was Mary Magdalene. It was 3 Marys in the Bible. And then you got Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was a rich woman. And see, this is spiritual. This is allegory. She was a woman. She lived on the outskirts of Galilee, and she was a woman. She was a rich woman, a woman that had money. Because how was she a prostitute? But yes, she was her, Joanna, and Susanna. Joanna was her husband was Erod. That was her husband, Erod, and she was a very wealthy woman. Her, Joanna, Susanna, Mary Magdalene was the ones who sponsored Jesus and the 12 disciples. Okay, they had to take her out. So this is what happened. The Council of Nicaea, you know, it happened in 325 CE, meaning AD, after the death of Jesus. Okay, Constantine and the bishops got together and they wanted control over the people, because everything was matriarch. So they wanted control over the people. So this is what they did. They got together and began to take the women out of the Bible. The women that had power, they began to turn them into whores and prostitutes. That's what they did to Mary Magdalene. So what they did is they took her out of the Bible. So Pope Gregory II in 591 CE, meaning AD, after the death of Jesus. Okay. What he did, he got in the altar and he told everybody, he said, he was doing a speech, and he said, Mary Magdalene, Mary of Bethany, and they claimed that the woman the weeping prostitute, who Jesus said they without sin cast the first stone, he said that Mary Magdalene was a whore, and they all three of them is the same. And Mary Magdalene was a harlot, and that's all she was. That was to take the matriarch energy out of the picture, and that was to turn it in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and it was really the Mother, the Father, and the Son. Because if you really read the Bible like you're supposed to, when Jesus resurrected, meaning that he resurrected, that it had nothing to do with him up on the cross, meaning that he resurrected and came into his consciousness. That's what that means. Who was the three women there? It was Mary Magdalene, it was Joanna, and it was Susanna. It was three women there, and it was them. And Jesus sent Mary Magdalene to go tell the other disciples what is his calling? To be sent. So he sent her to let them know what had happened. And when she went to them, Peter tried to rebuke her, and Levi rebuked him and telling him, who are you to say that she can't talk? If he sent her, let her talk. Because he wanted to shut up the woman. So when you look at Mary Magdalene, when you look at her, you got to understand that it was 13 apostles, like it was 13 months in a year. Sold, I believe, is in March, April. It was 13 months. But they took that out and made it 12 months. And then made it 12 disciples, but it was 13 disciples, and Mary Magdalene was one of them. When Peter, Paul, and everybody was running when Jesus was on that cross, meaning that y'all think it mean that it really happened. No, because when you're going through the awakening, when you're waking up, everybody gonna leave your life. They're gonna be cowards. They're gonna leave your life. They're not gonna stick by you. But that one woman, Mary Magdalene, sat there at his feet and didn't leave him. But they want you to think she was a prostitute, lowering her status of who she really was. And she was an apostle. If you read the book of Philip, Philip talks about, Philip called her a companion of Jesus. That could have been a lover. And Philip said that he loved to kiss on her, loved to kiss all over her, and loved her better than the other 12. So I want women to understand you're not just a baby carrier. Stop destroying your womb for people that don't deserve it. It's okay to be by yourself. Because the feminine energy have to rise back up. The reason why the feminine energy have to rise back up, because everything was matriarch. It was not patriarch. So you as women have to understand who you are. You as women have to be strong and understand who you are as a woman. This ain't about, oh, I'm going to try something. These men ain't no good. I'm going to try something different. How about raising your discernment? How about that? How about you looking at, before you lay down with them, look at the red flags? How about that, that gut feeling, your solar plex? How about when they give you that gut feeling that something is wrong with this man? How about not just letting them go? How about doing that? Because it'll work out for you just fine if you understand that. The feminine energy is needed and it's very powerful. But what we do is, it's like we give our energy to a man. When you sit up here and think that man is your security, that man is not your security. You're your own security. Because this is what happens. And it's okay to be in love with a man. I'm not telling you at all not to do that. Because that's good. But here's the thing. Know you before you fall in love with a man, fall in love with yourself first. Know what you deserve out of life. And live life. Stop having babies when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27. Because you're not fully developed until the age of 27. Live your life first. And us as women that have children, allow your children, tell these women the truth. Because this school system is not designed to tell you. It's nothing wrong with this system. When it comes to the government, it's nothing wrong with this system. It's nothing wrong with it. Because this government who's running it is reptilians. And what's going on with that is that they want you to suffer. They want you to suffer because they don't want you to be nothing. So they want you to suffer. They want you to come in there and bring your child to them so they can screw your child up. They want you to do that. This is nothing but a big learning center. That's what it is. It's for you to learn who you are and to go to the next realm. It's not about nothing materialistic. Have you ever heard of Sophia, what's her, the Pistis Sophia? She was born in a pleroma. The pleroma means fullness. She was born in that. She was from that, meaning that she had everything. But she went outside of that realm and dealt with something unfamiliar to what she was used to, and didn't take counsel before she did it to her counterpart. And went and had a child named Demiurge. Demiurge, Demiurge, Demiurge. And he was a god of oneness, meaning that he was the only God. When they say in the Bible, let us make man, that's who they talking about, Demiurge. And he made man out of matter. See, Sophia was of the spiritual realm. And they called her the mother of the living. Pistis Sophia, look her up. They called her the mother of the living. And Demiurge, because it was unfamiliar of what she was used to. Remember, this is spiritual. It was unfamiliar. And he built, let us make man in our image. That's Demiurge. That's the Adam and Eve story that you see. That's what it is. That's the Adam and Eve story. So they made something matter, which is, that's where envious come at, jealousy come at, anger come at, murder come at, lies come at, your lower chakras. So this is why, if you read it, and Adam and Eve was born after when they was conceived from Demiurge. And this is spiritual. They gave birth to Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Because now when we have children, we don't know what we having. And the child can come out beautiful, and then that child get 13 and 14, and you don't know what the fuck didn't happen. That child ain't even your child anymore. So this is why later on in life, after when Cain killed Abel and went to the land of Nod, and he lived there and had children. This is why he had to have Seth. And Seth was he was in his right mind. He was ready. And that's the spiritual side. That's the star seeds. That's people like us, star seed children. Because they was ready to do it. When Cain and Abel was born, he just went into her. That's all it said. He knew her. He went into her. There's a difference there. And that's how you all have to think. Sophia Pistis went outside of that realm, that pleroma. That pleroma is the fullness of who you are. The fullness. She was protected and went outside of that. We have to begin to, when you give birth to a child, you got to sit down. It's a plan because it's sacred. It's sacred. So you and that man have to get together, and y'all got to know what you want. It's not something that you jump into and you be like, oh, well, you get drunk and all of a sudden you have a child. And you and this man barely know each other. That's not, this is where we at now, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Look at, I'm going to say this too. Look at all these women that go to this IVF and allow the doctors to play with your body and puts things in your body, and you trying to conceive, and then you would have a baby, and then the baby come out with Down syndrome. That have happened a lot. You want to play around. You never play around. You don't. That's something you don't play around with. It just happens. And a lot of women is infertile. because everything is resetting itself. Everything is resetting it. Right now, we living right now in a place where everything is being reset, and a lot of people is not going to make it. That's why the children is dying off, and these are young children, 6 and 7 and 8, and they come out the womb very sickly. And that was never the case. That was never the case back in the day. We were born healthy because our people was eating from the ground. We're afraid to have our children at home because they done scared us and told us, you got to bring the child to the hospital because something could be wrong. And then you bring that child to the hospital and they inject them with all kind of vaccines, slowing up who they are as a person. This is what we have to take back as women, understanding who we are as women. We have to begin to heal ourselves. They tell you, at the age of 40, go get a mammogram done. Then once you get the mammogram done, I remember I was living in the hood, and they put something in my mailbox, and it said, we'll give you $50 in a turkey if you go get a mammogram done. That didn't sound right to me, and I have never in my life got a mammogram done. Never, and I will not do it. No. Take control of your own health and stop allowing these people to tell you what, this gonna kill you and that's gonna kill you. When the universe, when it's your time and it's up, it's just up. And that's what it is. Stop thinking that somebody have control over your life. And yet doctors don't live past about 50. They die very early. Doctors, have you ever seen old doctors running around here like in the masses? You're not going to see it. But yet they tell you what you got to do with your life. No, I use doctors at my convenience and when I need them. Not when I need them like, my chest hurt. No, I take care of my own body. But if I need something, you use it to your advantage. But that's why you have to know your own health. Even if you're not in the healthcare field, you got to know your own health as women. You got to know your own health. And it's like us as women, we have to understand, we have to begin to raise our children to the point, first of all, have our children by men that really is men. Look at what's going on. Y'all would actually, y'all don't see what's going on? Because I see it. Look at the men want to be women and the women want to be men. And all of them getting together. Then they'll take off that costume and lay down with a woman and then put back on the costume and now they're a woman again. And you'll lay down with some shit like that. You will lay down with some shit like that. They going in, or they using all holes. The mouth, ears, everything, they using all holes. And you will turn around and you will lay down with something like that. Just to say you got a man. Lavender husbands. No, you ain't gonna come to me with no lavender what? And it is not that I got anything against nobody. You do what you want to do. But you got to protect your own spirit and protect who you are as a person. Because nobody is going to protect it but you. You got to protect who you are. Because listen, people wish, I sit up here and I go to my inbox and look at my inbox and you should hear what these men be saying. And I don't even respond to them. Because one thing about it, even on the phone, you giving out energy. Even in a text, you giving out energy. That's why I say very little and I'm done with it. We're not going to keep going back and forth. No, we're not. That's not going to happen because I'm going to block you. I'm not going to play with you. And you get to the point when you wake up, you don't allow these people to get in your space. You don't allow that. You don't allow these people, when you deal with a man, don't even allow him to come to your house at all until you know him for about a year or so. Don't even allow that. You shouldn't even with a man, you shouldn't even be talking about no sex. What you getting up under my clothes for? Let's go to this line. Let's see what you really know. That's how you have to deal with them. And any man that is just want to come there and want to have sex, you know what he gonna do? He gonna run. Because He come there, he's on a mission. These are these NPCs that nobody like to talk about. They on a mission. So this is what happens. And once they see, give it about a month and hold out. They not waiting on you because they know it's some knuckleheads out here that they can get. And see, they like to get young girls because they know young girls don't know what's really going on. So they like to get these young girls. Get them pregnant with 2, 3, 4 children and then leave them. And then when he want to come back, he come back and he sleep with her at his convenience, not at hers. Constantly bringing trauma into her life and into her children's life. So her children grow up and she can't control them because that's all they have seen is trauma, and the trauma ain't been dealt with. We got to take our power back as women. And like I say, men, don't get on here talking about, oh no, you wrong. Don't say that. No, I'm going to say it. Because you know what's going on. All these women the way these men is doing these women, no. These women needs to know. And need to know that they're not alone. At the end of the day, I am a woman. And I act as a woman. That's what I am. I'm a woman. And I'm a woman. I don't play it halfway. I'm 100% woman. You got to know your self-worth. Do you know how powerful your womb is? Your womb brings life. You're the only one that can have a heartbeat and then have another heartbeat in your belly. That's you, ladies. You the one that can, when your son bring a woman home, you can look at her and see everything about her and tell your son that bitch ain't no good. Get rid of her. That's you. Because everything was matriarch. We dealt with the business. That's why they put a lot of black women in prominent positions, because they know we're going to take care of business. And this ain't about race, but I'm just saying, you got to know who you is as a woman. And it ain't about no sisterhood, because I know y'all get angry because I tell y'all, no, I don't do sisterhood. I don't do, and I will never do it. I would never do it. And I'll stand 10 toes down on that, because I don't need another woman beside me unless we doing business. But I don't need you other than that. What do I need you for? What good is you dealing with me outside of doing business? Outside of us working together outside. But we're not no sisterhood, because if you do some foul ass shit, I'm going to speak on it. And I'm going to get the hell away from you. That's how I do it. Because basically what you're doing is, when you say sisterhood, regardless of what they do, even if they in the wrong, I'm going to have their back. No, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. Because where I'm at in life, you can't have a respect of persons. Either you're right or you're wrong, and that's just what it is. I don't have no attachments with nobody. No attachments with I could cut you off tomorrow. I could cut you the hell off. Like I never saw you. That's when you get to know who you are. You don't let nobody come in and break your peace. Peace is everything. That's why you got to get away from, like, if somebody come to you, a female come to you and she gossiping about another female, she doing the same thing to you. She doing the same exact thing to you. That's when you become that ego. Remember I told you earlier, the ego. And you at a high altitude. And can't nobody touch you. But you can touch them. That's what I'm talking about. Ego always gonna be by himself, because he or she is confident. Even with a female ego, when it's time for her to have a mate, she don't just go pick anybody. That mate gotta prove itself. So that ego get high up in the sky. And when that male ego want her, what she do is she keep going higher. And go get a big wood, a big tree, put it in her mouth and go high. And then drop it. And that male ego better catch it. And that's how you have to do when it comes to these males. And after, when he catch that branch, that tree, she go higher, at a higher altitude, and do the same damn thing. And he better catch it. Because if he don't catch it, then he ain't the one. And that's how you got to be when it comes to these males. You just don't pick no anybody. Oh, she bald head. She ain't all of that. All right, but I am all of that. Because everything inside of me is too powerful. And see, every time they lay down with you, they getting all of that energy. That energy when you lay down, when you end up in that altar, and when you at that altar, you meditating, they getting all of that energy. And then they taking it to other females. And then after when he get low, he know you sitting at home and ain't nobody touching you but him. Because he know he done planted those 3 babies in you. And even though he don't even go to the room and look at them children. See, I'm talking about an NPC. I'm not talking about a real man. What he do is he'll come over at night because he don't want to see his own children. He'll come at it because he don't claim them. He got you pregnant because he wanted to keep you to himself. So when he out there screwing all these women, he come back to you. And then at night he'll come back to you, peek in on his children because he got to make her feel as though, oh, he concerned with his children, but he not. He used them. That's just collateral. So he go in the room with the baby mama with you, and then he sleep with you. And everything he didn't got from out there, he didn't brought, because when a man ejaculate, it comes from the brain and it goes down to the spine. That's why they holler when they ejaculate. So everything, he pulling everything he done done out there and put that shit right in you. So when you have that child and that child come out, he a male and come, hey girl, yeah, hey girl, you don't understand where it came from. I can tell you where it came from. That's the energy that he went out there and got and brought it back to you. That's what happens. It's an energy. Watch him. You got to open your eyes and you got to really look at people. And once you look at them, you will know what it's hitting for. Look at people. Watch them. All of us awakened people, any one of us, we're very quiet. We ain't going to say 2 words to you, but we going to watch the hell out of you. We going to watch you, and you ain't even going to know we watching you. But we watching everything you do. And when we cut you off, it's silent. We don't say nothing. We just cut you the hell off. And we ain't got nothing to say, and you know why we cut you off. That's why you don't say nothing. That's how we roll. Us as women, we have to rise up our own feminine energy because they ain't going to help you. Pope Gregory II. Mary Magdalene was an apostle, but he turned her into a prostitute. She wasn't a prostitute. You go to Luke, I believe it's in Luke and Peter, and you look it up. The prostitute, the weeping prostitute, it had no name on it. Unless these new Bibles put a name on it, but it had no name. So they don't even know if that was Mary Magdalene. How could she be a prostitute? But where she came from, it was all wealthy people. And then she sponsored Jesus. When it came time for him to go out and preach the gospel, she sponsored him. So what that tell you? It was the yin and the yang. It was the masculine and the feminine energy. The women, everything was matriarch. Patriarch was the outside of it, meaning the protection. Men is not a mutate like you women try to say and don't belong on the earth. Yes, they do belong here. Yes, they do. It was the male and the female, the yin and the yang. The masculine and the feminine. And that's what's in us. This is why we're so strong like we are. Because that's the feminine, that's the masculine energy that we're born with. And they try to tell us, oh no, you shouldn't be that way. You got to be more lady. Look at this jury. I am more lady. I am a lady. But your masculine energy is your protection of yourself. You got to learn you. Before you lay down with any man, learn who you are. When these men, that's why you notice, and I'm going to say this. There's many women and they become prostitutes. You notice a prostitute, you can always see them, and you can see them. You could see that, yes, that she was a prostitute. You could see it. The reason why you could see it is because all the men has ejaculated in her. And it's just an energy that you see on her. I can see it a mile away. You could see that energy on her when they and it's like a lunatic kind of. Even when they not doing it no more, you can still see it. You can still see it. I'm talking about a full-blown prostitute. I ain't talking about you do it one or two. I'm talking about a full-blown prostitute. See, this is what happens. A lot of you women, oh, you go get the plastic surgery, you tighten your skin back up, put on that wig, put on a whole lot of makeup, and you go out there and you look for these rich men. You look for these rich men. And you get tangled up into that shit and you can't get up out of it because you looking at the money, but you never found you. And you died never finding you. So you got to repeat this cycle all over again. Oh no, Rebel, it ain't no such thing as reincarnation. The devil is a liar. Oh, yes, it is. Let's go back, because all of y'all are Christians. So I deal with y'all on a Christian mindset. Let's go back when Jesus was asked, when Jesus asked the apostles, who do you think I am? Peter said, oh, well, they say you a reincarnation of John the Baptist. If it wasn't no such thing as reincarnation, then why would he say that? And Jesus never said, I rebuke you. It's no such thing. He said, no, who do you think I am? When you look at John the Baptist, wasn't that Isaiah? Wasn't that the reincarnation of Isaiah? So stop saying that it's no such thing as reincarnation, because it is. Once you know yourself, when they even try to approach you, you're going to look at them and you're going to be polite, but you're going to understand that, no, you ain't the one. You're going to understand it right off grip. It ain't going to be no, let's go out on a date. We're not even going to go out on a date. We're not even going to go out to dinner. It ain't even about to happen here. You don't entertain nobody. If they ain't on your level, unequally yoked. They used to say when I was in the church, oh, that got to do with a Baptist getting with a Pentecostal. No, it don't. Unequally yoked got to do with your chakras being open and you dealing with somebody where their chakras is not open. That's unequally yoked. That's what that got to do with. It ain't got nothing to do with no Pentecostal getting with a Catholic person. It ain't got nothing to do with that. And let's go back to Mary, the weeping prostitute. What did it say? Jesus delivered 7 chakras. Delivered her from 7 demons. That's opening up the 7 chakras. See, you got to know what you're reading. And once you get it, you got it. Women, you ain't here. You wasn't brought here. I'm going to leave you with this. You wasn't brought here to have 6, 7 children by a man that ain't worth even you having children. The only reason these women is having 6 and 7 children because they still brainwashed and believing that, oh, you got to give a man coochie and what happens is they get pregnant behind it. Or the man do that just to trap them even more to the point they never get up out of it. You got to understand, this ain't about no pistols. This ain't about no guns. They dealing with us on a spiritual realm, but we still trying to come with, go buy guns, go get food, stock up food. If you look all over America, and we ain't even been all over America. Like, if you look at America, it's green pasture everywhere. You think we gonna really starve all these birds flying around, all these squirrels? We gonna do something. Something gonna happen. We black folks, we Americans, we make something out of nothing and make that shit look sweet. That's what we do. This is deeper than going and buy a gun. The reason why they telling you that, because they giving you some false information. This is about you rising up. No, right now. Now you see they admitting that we indigenous to this country, because all of us 5 years ago came out and we was hard on their ass and told them, no, we ain't no Africans. We let them know that. Now people still saying the same thing because they don't know about the chakras. And here's the thing. Everybody knows something is going on, that is something missing. But the problem is that they haven't tapped into it. So they have to keep talking about, yeah, we Indians and doing all kind of it. That's over now. It's over now. Because they're getting harder on you. And if your chakras ain't open, that chakras is a part of life. It's not nothing that, oh, like one woman gonna say, I don't tell nobody about the chakras because when mine was open, yours ain't open. Yours ain't open. You ain't even gonna lie to me and tell me, and that's a part of life. Why would you sit up here and have a candle, light a candle, and then put it up under a table? Why would you do that? You don't have the slightest idea of what I'm talking about, but yet you want to act like you know, and you don't know. Because I know when you know. Why would you tell somebody? I just keep it 100. I don't like to play games. I don't ask y'all for a quarter. But one thing I'm not going to do is come on this app and I'm going to lie to y'all and tell y'all some BS that cannot save y'all. Women, you was equal to a man. You wasn't beneath a man. And anytime you get up under a man and you think his money going to secure you, it ain't going to happen. And most of the time, a man that got money, especially these melanated men, they going to have more than one family. And you ain't going to be the only family. And he going to embarrass your ass like hell. And especially if you in the limelight, he going to embarrass you. It's men out here that is well secure. And they good men. But the problem is that they just like us. So what they're doing is they sitting back waiting. They sitting back looking. And they don't want any type of woman. So they're gonna sit back just like we sitting back. Right now the reset is going on. That's why you have never seen black people die like they dying now. You have never seen it. And don't say, oh, Kim, you saying black. That means, boy, I get it, but this is why they understand it. You got to talk in layman terms. You can't. That's why a lot of stuff I know, I got to say it in layman terms so then you understand it. Because I can say big words, but if you saying big words, it's because you're not called to do, you're not called to talk. If don't nobody understand what's coming out your mouth, that's because you're not ordained to talk, because you understand living in the hood, you understand what we understand and what we don't understand. You definitely understand that. Now, I want y'all to take care of yourself. It's damn near going over an hour, and I don't want it to go over an hour because I understand I can't sit still too long. So you all take it easy, and I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.